knee pain at home. Knee pain is very common in these days around the globe, not in the United States, but everywhere. And it can be due to so many reasons, like when we gain weight with the age, or immobility, or running too much in wrong postures, or standing always in the wrong postures. So the most important part is to learn like the anatomy of the knee pain. Why is it causing knee pain? So there are 4 muscle groups that cause the knee pain. It's not the bone, it's the muscles around it that get stiff and then need to be stretched. So those 4 muscles are your quadriceps, your hamstrings, your hip adductors and abductors. So we will focus on stretching the calves and inner thighs, outer thighs, and some part of hips. So we would need some props handy, because we will have some exercises for knee pain, standing, sitting down, and laying down. So I would recommend that you sure get a block. I got it from Walmart, and it's just under $5 for 95 or something. And then I have this also from Walmart. This is 3-in-1 tube, good for stretching, and it's not very expensive. And then I have this mini loop bands. It has 3 bands for different intensity. There's one more, and I also got it from the Walmart. And there's another one. So this is very flexible and stretchy. So this is from below 5, the roller, and all these are under 5, except for this 3-in-1 tube. You can also have a few cushions when you're kneeling down and doing some exercises, so your knees don't hurt. You have support and cushion, and a few other cushions that when you're sitting down and you have a problem, you can sit on them. So the first, a very easy pose we're going to try is mountain pose, Tadasana. So for that, we have our feet hip width apart and fingers spread on the side, and make sure that your stomach is tucked in and your weight is more on heels, and you breathe. You will also rock a little bit on the heels without stressing your knees, and you have your knees bent when you're stepping on your toes. So we can rock back and forth on toes and heels. If you need support, you can have some chair by always for extra props, and we can rock. This is stretching your hamstrings, your shins, your calf, and some parts of your thighs. And then pick up your block and place it between your thighs, and then squeeze. And you can again, squeezing it, you can roll back and forth. Most part of your weight is on your heels, and you can just stand still and squeeze. We're going to have 10 breaths over here. 10, keep squeezing, 9, and tuck your tummy in. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, squeeze, squeeze, 3, squeeze, 2, squeeze, 1. And then we would release. And at this point, we're going to pretend like we're sitting on a chair. So have your bottom like you're sitting on the chair, and we're going to do the chair pose. So we're going to stay here for 10 seconds. Make sure that your weight is not on the toes, it's on the knees. Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly get up. And this time we're going to try with the block. So you have it this way or standing, either way it's comfortable. And then have your hand up and try to sit on the chair, squeezing the block between your inner thighs. Stay here as much as you can, and then squeeze in Tadasana. 10 breaths here. Again, 10 breaths in chair. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. If hands is too much, you can have your hand on your hips and release. And then we are going to activate our inner thighs and outer thighs. So have your heels in and knee bent and do a little squat. 10 breaths. And you have your tummy touching your spine almost. So this is your inner thighs. And release when you're tired. And now we're going to do airplane pose. So your bottom goes back. And this is the stretch for hamstring. And if you can touch the ground, come to the front and move your feet apart and hang. And this is a stretch with your hamstring and your outer thighs. Move your feet in. At this time, we're going to sit down. So we cannot sit on the floor. You can use a cushion for your tailbone and have your 2 cushions on the side for the support. And have your soles of your feet together and try to stretch them apart while bending down. Hold it and breathe and release. And every time you try it, you can go even deeper. So this is a good stretch for your quadriceps and hip abductors. um, we can also try the butterfly pose. So you can move your thighs up and down, and what you can do is you can hold both feet together and then push your thighs down. Pretend like they're butterfly wings. They're going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So we can remove the cushions, and this time we're going to lie down. In this exercise that I'm going to show, you can even do it on your bed. So lie down and have your feet pointing towards the ceiling, and flex, point, flex, and point. So next time when you're pointing, you keep them, stretch them as far as you can. So this is a good stretch for your calves. Hold it for 10 breaths. And then bring it to the center, and now pull your toes towards your chin. And good stretch for your hamstrings and your calves. Bring it to the center, and now we do it as a flow. So toes go down, toes go center, toes go up towards your chin, to the center, down, center, and every time we're doing it with a breath. Exhaling, toes go up, inhaling, toes go center, exhaling, toes go down, stretch, stretch, and center. Now we're going to move our ankles. So begin with your right ankle. Try to touch your toes to your mat, and this is inner thigh stretch and your some part of your calf. And then left. So whatever we do with the right, we do with the left. So exhale, inhale, center, exhale, left thigh out, touching your toes to your mat, inhaling, center. Now we're going to do it with both feet. So first we're going to tilt them to the right. So exhale. Oh, I hear a crook, tuck. And then center, inhaling center, exhaling to the left. So this is a good stretch for a left thigh, outer thigh, and right inner thigh. Center, inhaling, exhaling, tilting right, center, left. You can even do it in your bed when you're getting up. And this is a good exercise for your back, even when you have a back pain. It will not happen if you strengthen your back every single day. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. And now slowly bend your knees. And we will hold our the whole of the knee by the hollow over here, and bring it to the chest, and bring it down, and then bring it to the chest and down. Again to the left. Exhale, because your tummy is going in when you bring your chest, your knee to the chest, and then at this time you move it a little bit. So So you're getting a stretch over here. And down, hold it from the bottom and move. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale. If one of the knees is hurting, then you don't have to move way up. And then next one is, we need a strap. And we can have it on the heel and bring your heel all the way up. Hold it. And then slowly release. And then we're going to try with the other foot. From your heel, you pull it all the way up. If you don't have the strap, you can even do it with your hand, but this depending upon your practice, and you can even move it, or you can have both and move your legs, or move your thighs, crisscross, fold your knees, and now we're going to try another belt, a strap, and wear it like your pant, and from your heels you lift up and Setuband, it's a bridge pose, and try to stretch the knees both or one at a time, and make sure that your buttocks are up. If you need any support, we can use a pillow, or if you have a sensitive back, we can have block and pull them. But make sure that your thighs are up above the hip and you're stretching. And down, up and down, and then stretch. We can do this part of Markatasana, so have your one knee down and the other one, other knee at the sole of the left leg, and you can have your hands on the other side. So this is a thigh stretch here. There is no pressure on the knees. So stretch in this position as long as you want and it feels comfortable. Good for the back, spinal cord. And come to the center. Exhaling, have your other foot down on the floor and the knee of the left foot touches the sole. So there's a good stretch over here. Possible for you, and then you can turn on to your side and hold this thigh here and turn to the other side. And these four poses are really good for spinal strength and quad stretching. And now I'm going to try the other side. It's a supine twist. And you can always do every exercise or every yoga pose with your own pace. If possible, hold on to your thigh and calf and stretch it. And if you need support, you can use a belt and hold your belt at the ball of the foot and move it all the way down to the ground, and this leg stays straight. You can have your hand stretched out. Fold your knee and straighten it up. And then we're going to try with the other leg. So hold it. And slowly, you can even have your knee bent. This knee is not that flexible, but this is really a good quad and hamstring stretch. Keep breathing normal. Fold your knee. And now we are going to sit up and hold your feet together and drift your soles apart and bend down. So this is a good quadricep stretch. Breathing up and exhale, go down again. Inhaling up, and this really is a good stretch for the knees. There's no pressure on the knees, just inner and outer thighs. The another one is hold your toes if you can, or any part of this leg, and then stretch. Try to open up your chest and go down as much as you can, depending upon your practice and flexibility. You can even have a deeper stretch, and you can stretch your toes towards your chest. So it's a good stretch on the side and the bottom leg and even the inner thigh. And we are going to have a lunge. Now we're going to do on the other side. So fold your sole of the other foot is by this thigh. Reach out for your toes or any part, and then open your chest and keep this leg grounded. Stretch. I'm going to have a couple of breaths here. Inhale, and on your knees, you're going to stretch. This one is a seated twist. So this is really good for hips and thighs. Have your hand pushing the knee and turn back. This is a good stretch. Normal breathing. You can have your head back or in the front, but if you twist with your, look over your arm, and it's a great twist. We're going to try the other leg up and push it with your hand and look over your shoulder of the opposite hand. So there's a good stretch to your right thigh and your back side. You have your chest open. You can look up or on the back wall. Release. Now we're going to stand up and slowly roll up. And for your quads and your hamstring stretch, we will try Virabhadrasana 2. Stretch your right leg at a stance that is comfortable, and your front knee is bent and right above your ankle, so that's a 90 degree, so you can adjust it, and so you can see if it's correct when you're looking at your just you're able to see your big toe, not the other fingers, other toes. And you can stretch your hands, look at the tips. You can have your hand down or on the hip, and then we're going to move into stretching the hamstrings and calves. So how we're going to do is we are going to go on your toe, on the toe, and pull your heel down. And we can also do it with the breath. Up and down, up and down, and straighten up your legs. And then we're going to turn to the right. So again, your stance is comfortable, your knee is above the ankle at a 90 degree angle, and we can have warrior 2. From here we're going to hold the hip and move on the toes. Touch your heel on the ground. And if you can go into a deep lunge while doing that. So the stretch is on this, and there's no pressure on the bent leg. Okay? And then we're going to go down and hang down. And we're going to squat. And hands to Namaste Mudra and squat. So your hips are going down like you're sitting on a chair. We're going to do it a couple of times. And hold your breath. Hold this pose. And now we're going to do a triangle. So again, the same distance as we did in Virabhadrasana, and we can make a triangle, and we can do it on both sides. If you cannot reach the ground, you can use your block always for support. Use this way or this way. Now we're going to try it with the other leg. We're going to twist, so stretch and twist. Down and stretch the other leg and bring your hands on the knee and then twist on the other side. From here, we'll go on all fours and do the downward facing dog. So your right leg is on its toes and the left joins, and move your heel up and down. From here we go to the plank and on the knees. And we will go into Shavasana. So after 25 minutes or 30 minutes practice, you need to lie down or on a chair or on a bed. And if your back hurts, you can have the block or a cushion. When you're ready, or the time doesn't allow you to stay longer, you can turn and sit up. Namaste. And you're ready to start your day. Thank you.